Hey Fantastic You, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome, glad to have you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can be friends. Today I'm going to show you how to design and put together the flip card starter project. So first things first, to hunt it down, you just go into projects, under all categories, not baby and pregnancy, cards, and then just type in flip. There it is there. So it does come in 3 different designs. So there's the heart, the circle, and the square. And then when you look under finished size, you can choose which one you want to go with. It has heart, then small heart, square, small square, etc. So I've chosen the square, the 5" by 5". I've already got it on the board. So one of the first things I did is I turned this, which is all one piece, so it makes it hard to attach things, line them up. I duplicated it 4 times because there's 4 parts, and then in each part, I went into contour and contoured out 3 of them. So this one I'm going to leave the C, then the next one you would leave the square, then the next one you'd leave that. I've already done it for the other pieces. So looking at this from the front, or how you see it on the screen, sorry, this square and this insert are the front of the cards. So keep that in mind as you're designing. I've already picked out a few things here. We're just going to quickly go into images, and I would like a carnation. So I like this one here. It is draw. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to detach everything. The background of the flower I don't need, so I'm going to delete that. Highlight both, attach them. I'm going to, on the layers panel, just highlight the red pen, and I want to switch this to blue. We'll do light blue. I'm going to size it. So remember how I said that the square is on the front? The square blocks off part of the front of this insert card. So keep that in mind on anything you're putting there. So I like how that's looking. I'm going to switch this insert to white. And what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to flatten everything so it's print and cut. I'm going to duplicate it because I want the same thing right there. So I'm going to take this panel and delete it. I don't need it. Now I've got a verse here. Let's put this to the front. Now this is a birthday card that I'm doing up. So I'm going to highlight both and click attach. So you can do print and cut and then use your foil tip after. If you don't have a foil tip, go ahead and do this in ink or on your print and cut, however you want to do it. So I've got those 2 done. So we got just 2 more ones to do. For that part of the card, I've already designed this. I just looked up happy birthday and a carnation. I'm going to cut this out in HTV. So all that's left is the square, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to turn this into a shaker card. So we've got this one here. I'm going to switch it to green. This is going to be the acetate paper. Put that off to the side. I'm going to duplicate again. For this one, I'm going to make a frame. So I'm going to go to offset, and I'm going to put in a negative offset. So I just added the negative in front of the 0.25 inches. I'm going to click apply. It's already centered. I'm going to highlight both, click slice, delete the insides. So that's going to go over the acetate paper. And now I'm going to do a background. So it's at 2.3 inches. I'm going to make it a little smaller so I got a bit of room when I'm putting everything together. And I'm going to put this white the inside of everything white. I think that's going to look really nice and pretty. Then the back of the card, highlight that. I'm going to switch that color to blue. So I've also have this little carnation here. Let's arrange it to the front. It's going to go on top of the acetate paper for the shaker part. But I'm going to get this all cut out and then we'll put it together. Here is everything cut out. So the first thing I'm going to do is attach the glitter HTV. I did use Caesar brand in the gold color. And we're going to attach it to this inside piece here. So we got to get it lined up. There, I think that will be good. And I'm using my Little Mini Easy Press level 1. Next, we're going to work on the front of the shaker bit. So let's grab these two pieces. I'm just going to glue our little frame on. So let's add our vinyl carnation. So next we're going to add the double-sided foam tape to the back. This is the stuff that I'm going to use, and I'm going to cut it so it's thinner, just because there's not a lot of room around the frame. So I'll get that all stuck on, and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, now we're going to attach all of the shaker bits. So make sure your card has your little square on the right side. So I know it looks backwards, but this is the proper way to do it. So here is our backing. We are going to just directly tape that on. I'm going to give it a good amount of tape just because we're going to have this part attached to it in a second. So let's get this lined up. There. Now, quickly pull off the backing. Before we attach that, we have to put our shaker bits in. So let me get my little tube of gold shaker bits opened up here. So these are them here, just little chunks of gold. So we're going to make a pile right in the center. Okay, that should be enough. You don't want to overfill it or they won't shake around. Okay, let's line up our flower. So remember, we made the white square just a little smaller. There. Oh, that looks so pretty. Press it all down, and that part is done. Okay, let's get the folds done. So flip your card over, and there's score line, score line, score line. So this one on the right, you fold inwards. And then there's two score lines. So the inside score line gets folded inwards. It's a little tricky to get it folded. So it should be looking like this. And then our last fold is right in there. It actually folds outwards. So again, fold in, fold in, fold out. So we'll open it back up, and this is the inside of the card. So we're going to attach our pieces. So the one with your writing goes on the inside, the one without your writing goes on the outside. So we can flip it that way, and we'll attach this one first. So I have completely run out of my tape runner. So I'm going to use Zots. These are tiny, tiny ones. It will give a little bit of a three-dimensional look, but it's going to take a few minutes, so I'll do that off camera. Okay, not the ideal way to attach your cardstock, but hey, if you run out of a certain something and you got to get the card done, sometimes you got to make do. Okay, the rest of them get attached on this side. So there, there, and there. So I'm going to get these attached, and then we'll do the final reveal. Here is the final reveal. For my envelopes, I just use decorative paper. So it's thin, it's pretty much the same thickness as an envelope is. And I get the 12 by 12 inch packs of paper, and then go through and find paper that will match whatever the card is. But let's pull the card out, put the envelope out of the way. So that's how the card sits in the envelope. So it looks very pretty. You can see the shaker bits there. Then I got the print and cut on that side, but let's open it up. So when you fully open it up, this side goes backwards. There is our iron-on, our foil work, our print and cut, and then if you flip it onto the back, that's what the back looks like. And this is if you're going to write something like "To Mom" from me, you could put it on the back, or you could write it right in that area, and then when the card is closed, it's covered by the box, but you'd have to write pretty small. But thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you. Until next time.